7 differences between the bragging of South Africans and Nigerians, respectively. Listen to this. Number 1.
Nigerian men are better than South African men. Please talk for yourself.
You won't go marry South African girl. Because you know, see South African girl, they carry nyash where past Nigerian girls. You leave all your Nigerian girls, Bini, Igbo, Calabar, Nenewi, Yoruba. You leave them saying a South African woman.
If I like you, I like you. It's genuine. With Nigerian girls, what I've noticed, first I need to suck everything out of you. That's what I've noticed about Nigerian girls.
Between a Nigerian man, South African guy, Zimbabwean guy, Malawian guy.
Sorry, let me just tell you, you can't compare. Let me tell you, after God is Nigerian man.
Huh?
Hi, my kings and queens. Welcome back once again to another interesting, juicy, captivating, but most importantly, a social experimental episode. Guys, this is like a kind of weird episode here because I don't think I've had this kind of episode, but I think it's necessary because there are some words, languages that are being used here in this episode that most people do not understand. First of all, you've got a comedian who always says South Africa Nyash Republic. Now, in case you don't know what that means, most people refer buttocks like the butt as Nyash, right? So let me clear that out. So in this episode, right, will be me reacting to some conversations of Nigerians versus South Africans, what they think about their men. Oh my god, I don't want to be the one talking this, but I find this very somehow socio-experimental, opinionated, reactions of people, honest opinion, brutal, blunt opinion. And this is not to say we are here to judge. We listen, we don't judge. We listen, we don't judge. But comment below if most of these things that are being said as a South African, as a Nigerian, are true, right? Because I've never had any kind of relationship with South Africans, but as a Nigerian, speaking from the angle of a Nigerian, I can tell you at the end of this video a thing or two about my own Nigerian men. Yes, it might definitely be contrary or in line, in conjunction with what most of these people are saying, but you will only hear that if you watch till the very end. And please kindly watch patiently, like, share, and as well, my brother Chimdi has a valid opinion and points stated out to give us in this episode, so I will oblige you. Watch, like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, non-biased, not sentimental, no emotions, only but the blunt, bitter truth and opinion we are doing here. Don't take it personal, I beg of you. Let's do this for fun, experiment, and entertainment. Okay, exactly. And let me know what you think as your honest opinion about these things. Don't lie, don't lie. All right, okay, let's do this and I will be right back.
Between a Nigerian man, South African guy, Zimbabwean guy, Malawian guy.
Sorry, let me just tell you, you can't compare. Let me tell you, after God is Nigerian men.
Huh?
Nigerian men are more like. You cannot compare Nigerian men and South African men, please. In South Africa, there's no man. Like, all of us are just ladies. Please, I beg. I think Nigerian men, they might just take over this world because Nigerian men are taking on us. Like, everything I'm wearing,
They must take over everything.
Over the world. Like, please, I beg.
Between a South African man, Zimbabwean man, Malawian man, Nigerian man, which
in
one?
South Africa, there's no men. You must talk about other countries. Say, Ghana guy, Congo, what? Not Malawi, not. You can put Zimbabwe, but please not South Africa, because in South Africa, I don't think a guy can even give 5K. Obviously, it's Nigerian, as I said before.
Fine.
I know. Those ones there are not even scared of, like, spending. They can even judge you. Like, you can say, baby, my husband, baby, I want food. He can send you 3, 2K, 1,000, just like this. Without touching your pekus.
See that?
Without touching your pekus.
7 differences between the bragging of South Africans and Nigerians, respectively. Listen to this. Number 1. South Africans brag with charity activities of their pageant kings and queens, while Nigerians brag with the frivolities, carefree life, irresponsibility, and criminalities of their pageant kings and queens, which is, by the way, very rare. Example, Chidema. Number 2. Nigerians brag with their rich men who victimize them and are sole reasons to their poverty and bad governance, while South Africans brag on how they move their rich men to become responsible and accountable. Number 3. Nigerians brag about how rich they are, but hypocritically come online to complain about poverty inflicted upon them by their government, while South Africans brag about the development of their society and its increasing working system and cutting-edge developments. Number 4, Nigerians brag about how rich their wealthy men are, but South Africans brag about how humble their wealthy men are. Get the difference? Number 5, Nigerians brag about how 98% of their rich men made it through illegal procedures and several uncanny criminal activities, calling such smartness. But South Africans brag about how their rich men made it through authentic and honest means, yet working together to bring more advantage to their societies. Number 6, Nigerians brag about how worthless and inferior their men are towards women. And in such situation, these sets of males become simps and weak boys who are controlled by women and their animal instinct to have sex, hence laying down their guards and compromising to many standards. This is why Nigeria has the highest number of unfaithful wives in a whooping 62%, the highest in the world, while South Africans brag about how disciplined, strict and uptight their men are towards their women, hence why South African women are strong, independent and honest. Number 7, Nigerians brag about successful Nigerians who don't want to have anything to do with them, but would rather remain foreigners to Nigerians. But South Africans brag about how they neglect their successful men who plead to be identified with them. Example, Elon Musk. Nigerians cannot brag about this.
Why Nigerian men are better than South African men? Please talk for yourself.
You won't go marry South African girl, because you know see South African girl, they carry nyash where past Nigerian girls. You leave all your Nigerian girls, Bini, Igbo, Calabar, Nenewi, Yoruba. You leave them saying a South African woman.
If I like you, it's genuine. With Nigerian girls, what I've noticed, first I need to suck everything out of you. That's what I've noticed about Nigerian girls. They love money too much.
Nigerian woman behaves like a Nigerian man. They're not going to allow a man to just sleep with them because, oh, I'm going to give you 10K, 20K, 30K.
No,
the Nigerian woman,
removing money from
make you sweat. You're going to work for it. You're going to earn it.
So there's a lot of these TikToks going around where women are saying that why Nigerian men are better than South African men. Please talk for yourself. Why would it in you? Nah. How have you seen South African men? Hey, it's in you, Nana. Oh, show us.
You won't go marry South African girl, because you know see South African girl, they carry nyash where past Nigerian girls. You leave all your Nigerian girls, Bini, Igbo, Calabar, Nenewi, Yoruba. You leave them saying a South African woman. Now you won't go marry people fast. Ma, let you know one thing today. South African girls, their toto scratch them, past Nigerian girls. You see South African girls, where, tight past their toto because they be public service. Now, what thing that they do for a living is in their culture, is in their nature. That's why you see and say that they always they open breast for their culture. That breast that they open, when they expose so, now so their toto be so public service. Public service, and then go they cheat like this, red-handed to you when you don't marry them. Finally, put for out. They go they cheat like this. You go they see them. They go tell you say, don't you know I'm beautiful? You not see the back where I carry now only for one man. Sense no they their head do. Whether you pay bride price, you know they no know of that one. No, their culture no pass to the open breast. So that toto self must think they open and available for other men to taste. Whether you pay bride price, so whether you no pay bride price, so you no consign them. Since you say now your Nigerian girl no let you marry, you dey find uku for South African woman back they go. You go see waiting pass through because South African girls then cheat, not then cheat past Nigerian girls. Ewa, woo. Nickname.
If you're a South African girl and you like a guy, let's say you like a Nigerian guy, we will not hide our feelings. You don't even have to start spending money before I can do anything with you. If I like you, it's genuine. With Nigerian girls, what I've noticed, first I need to suck everything out of you. That's what I've noticed about Nigerian girls. They love money too much. You know, South African girls, we can love you. And we can, even if you don't have money, we'll be like, you know, as long as you're trying. With Nigerian girls, it's all about the money. If you don't have the money, I can't even speak to you. Why am I speaking to you? What are you doing? What am I gaining from you if you don't have the money to maintain my lifestyle?
From different conversations I've had with different groups of people, Nigerian men make South African women seem like more promiscuous and just loose, and deem Nigerian women as these they don't gods just have culture. Sex. Yeah, they're well put together. They don't have sex with anyone and everyone. It's because what is that
the
from?
Nigerian woman behaves like a Nigerian man. They're not going to allow a man to just sleep with them because, oh, I'm going to give you 10K, 20K, 30K.
No,
the Nigerian
woman, removing money from
make
it.
You sweat. You're gonna work for it. You're gonna earn it. Yeah. You will not just sleep with a Nigerian woman. You're going to earn for it. Months. That's why it's easy for them to go for the South African woman, because the South African woman wants the money now, and the South African, woman is not strategic. So South African woman is not strategic. A Nigerian woman is taught from a young age to be strategic.
Loose side. We don't, even those ones that you think that you can't reach them, they've got their loose side.
But there is something.
To all my South African women gather here. Y'all, when I was in South Africa like a couple weeks ago, what they say about South African women and the nyash is true. It's true. Because it's not a typical nyash. It's a nyash that has a nice form, like huge, and it's like every other woman in South Africa has this particular type of nyash that I aspire to have. But due to my genetics, I don't have it. And no, it's not the West African nyash. It's not the East African nyash. It's not the North African. South African women have a specific kind that I one day hope God decides to just sprinkle upon me. What foods do you guys eat to make it look like that? I just want to know. Help a Senegalese sister out.
Hello to some Nigerian men. My name it's your girl Silly. My name. All I want to say to you is that I wish that one day when you're saying you're wanting to go back to your own people to now date them, your own girls, after you have done not dating as well, you go back to your girls and you want to date them, and then she hits you with such a big heartbreak that you get an immediate stroke. When you get a stroke, they quickly rush you to the hospital, but when they get to the hospital, before they treat you, they say, who is he? They say, then you try to introduce yourself, then they immediately hear the accent, then they say, where are his papers? Then when they try to search for your papers, you don't have papers. Then they say, no, we immediately have to deport him. Then when they take you back to Nigeria, when they admit you there, your ward gets hit by a solar storm. Then there's no internet. When the doctor is trying to go out to search for the internet, he gets hit by the truck, and then then they blame you. Then you're like, why me? But it's just bad luck. Because you have treated me and my sisters not fine. So, and then when they realize, the whole Nigeria realizes that, no, this one has bad luck. They try to say, okay, at least let's take him to where maybe they can accept him, which is the UK. When you get to the UK, Queen Elizabeth, she closes the doors for you, and you can imagine now she's a ghost, so the doors are going to be closed in such a power. And then when you're trying to knock at the gates of UK, they shut you out. Now you're in the middle of nowhere, and you regret everything. Your life flashes before your eyes, and every girl Tato Sbongi Lindo Gutli said Palis, all the girls that you found in essay Lebu, they come back in your mind. So if you don't want this to happen to you, please treat us, me and my sisters, even better for this year.
My fellow South Africans, family meeting, come closer. Nigerians, you might as well come closer too, because this involves you guys. I have a question. Why are we not getting along? What is the beef? Like, how did this beef started? I know it might be banter to others, but to others it's serious. But what is the deal? Please educate me. Please educate some of us that are not sure, what started this beef or this drama between South Africans and Nigerians. And the funny thing is, as a South African, I've never asked this question, but I always defend South Africa because that's my home and that's what you always do. And some of my Nigerian friends, they do the same thing. They defend, Nigeria. But when we actually sit down, because we're friends at the end of the day, and talk about it and say, why are we beefing? They don't have the answer. I don't have the answer, So somebody please help us here.
Let me tell you about some of the culture shocks I've experienced as a South African visiting Nigeria for the first time. So I have been in Abuja for close to 2 weeks now. So some of these things are like things that I specifically experienced here. I've never been to Lagos. Apparently it's a whole different world out there. So the first thing, which is a nationwide standard, I guess, is that here they drive on the right-hand side and not on the left-hand side like in South Africa, meaning the driver's seat is on the left-hand side. I know this is nothing for most of you, but trust me, it does take some getting used to, because do you know how embarrassing it is to walk to the driver's seat thinking you're walking to the passenger's seat, number one? And number two, I'm someone who has anxiety and who's so scared of being in an accident, so I always feel like we're driving on the oncoming. Another shock for me is that here I haven't seen any big corporate retail brands. Brands such as Zara, H&M, McDonald's. Apparently there's a KFC, I haven't seen it yet. And also apparently there is a ShopRite, and I think I remember seeing a Total Garage. It's interesting because Abuja is a city, it's the capital of Nigeria, and you would find these brands in like big cities across the world. But at the same time, it's interesting because that means here they're very big on local brands. They support local clothing, local food, everything local, which is great, honestly. Another thing is that EFTs here are a very big thing, like money transfers. Now in South Africa, if you're going to a restaurant or a shop or wherever, you can only pay with cash or your card. They don't believe in transferring money because apparently people reverse payments. I don't know how true that is. Now, this is not everywhere in South Africa. In some places, they do allow you to transfer money. But here, it's like a standard. Like, you could see a vendor selling you bubble gum on the street and you could transfer the money to them. Like, it's nothing. I also think it's because banks in South Africa don't correspond that much with each other like the banks here. For example, if I use FNB and you use Standard Bank and you transfer money to me, if you don't select the immediate payment option, I will only get, or you will only get that money within 3 business days. Whereas here, it doesn't matter what bank you're transferring to, the money clicks immediately. So I think that's why it's such, like, it's normal. It's okay. I know this is random, but the girls here are not big on makeup. I don't know if it's the places I've been to, and I've been to quite a number of clubs and lounges. I've been to Moscow, I've been to Cage, I've been to Rhapsody. Like, the girls here are not big on makeup, and trust me, they look beautiful. Like, this is weird to me because I'm so used to girls wearing makeup everywhere they go. Like, one thing about South African girls, they will book a makeup artist just to go out for lunch. South African girls love their makeup, and you know what? And last but not least, the people here are so respectful. Like, people here don't say hi, hello, they say good evening. Like, if you're walking into a shop or a restaurant or wherever, they'll say good evening or good afternoon, you're welcome. Like, that's how they say it. They like, good evening, you're welcome. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, auntie. Good morning, auntie, you are welcome. Like, that is so respectful. I love that. Anyways, so that's it from me. By the way, I am looking for pixie curls in Abuja. I've been searching for hair vendors and people who sell wigs. I haven't been lucky. So if you know where I can get like good quality pixie curls, preferably 24-inch full frontal, please comment below. I need them ASAP because I'm traveling soon.
Wow. Hey God, these are really out of this world, and this is mind-blowing and worrisome. In fact, there are some things that have been said here by South Africans that it sounds weird, like the imaginations of some people in this world can really get you off your feet. The lady imagining that a Nigerian man will go through those hurdles for treating them wrong is really shocking to me, because seeing someone sit down, in fact, to think aloud and say these things out, most times, let me not lie, we think about how some people can be punished, right, when you are hurt. I think this lady has really been hurt, and I know how terrible my Nigerian men can be, most of them, not all, right? And as a Nigerian, I promised I was going to give my opinion. Let me tell you something you don't know about Nigerian men, and please, this is not to generalize it. in all tribes, in all country, in all culture, no matter what. For the male folks and the female folks, everybody differs according to their home training, their upbringing, their character, their gene. In fact, everyone differs. So that's why I always put out the disclaimer that it is not generalized. But for the most part of it, let me tell you about Nigerian men. Nigerian men are really, really wooing. They can woo you, and they are deceitful. Like from the beginning, a Nigerian man will go to any length, do anything you literally want him to do for you just to get under your legs. That is a typical Nigerian man for you. He can lick your feet, he can use his head to walk, he can say every sweet word, every sweet promises, even the one you've not heard, just to get to you, just to get your attention based on his own reason, his own selfish reason, right? And once he gets that, the moment he gets under your legs, my dear, it is gone. He will begin to withdraw gradually and disappear into the thin air that you would definitely not see him again. And most of you don't know that I am a counselor, a marriage counselor, right? Yes, I counsel people. Yes, exactly, people who are preparing for marriage in my church. Okay, so I know a lot when it comes to relationship. Don't mind the fact that I don't react on relationship issues, but seeing this one, I could not let it slide, and I need to give my 2 cents and my opinion. Now, when you talk about Nigerian men, I need you as a South African to pay attention to what I'm saying. If you are a South African or any citizen of any country, like I said, they will do anything or go to any length to get to you. I mean, for those who really just want to get to you for their own selfish interest, though, you heard me right? Once they are done getting what they want, they are done. They would leave you, dump you, and get to the thing. Then you begin to hear a lot of excuses, a lot of stories, blah 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 blah. Just know that he is done. But for the most part, anybody, any man, I think not just Nigerians alone, who really loves you for you and wants to be with you for the rest of his life, would not just definitely want to rush to get under your legs. You will see him not even desperate. You will see him the other way around, not even flashy, not even luring, not even that extravagant on you. He will definitely take care of you fine, but the way most of these whores, these harlots, these prostitutes get it from them is not the way a genuine Nigerian man or African man would definitely do. Because a responsible and a reasonable man who wants a woman for himself, that wants to build life with, that wants to stay through life with you, would definitely go slow and steady. It's not the rush quick thing. Of course, when you rush in, you rush out. It ends. But you see, the one that comes slow and steady is a genuine one. He's not all flashy. Even though he's wealthy, he might even want to hide his identity so that he will know who truly you are as a lady or as a woman, so that he will understand that you're not coming for his money. Of course, any reasonable and responsible man who works hard for his money will not go about throwing their money around. And that's why you see that the urge and anxiety, quest, desperation for most Nigerian men, you see them out there all over the world, even back home in Nigeria, doing everything, even the unthinkable, like going to that point of unaliving, doing all these criminally minded acts to get money without minding the consequences, is just to get a woman that they can impress. Nothing. Go to the club, spend this money, buy flashy cars, live flamboyant life, because at the end of the day, you get this money in a crooked way, in a criminally minded way, in a dubious way. It will end in a dubious way. No cap. That is just the freaking truth about it. But you see, those who have built a system of wealth, generational wealth, genuinely, legitimately, will not do that, throw money that way. And if you are somebody that is worthy of them, they will definitely, for the longest time, over time, take care of you, maintain you. Just be the best version of yourself. And those people don't go for sluts, they don't go for harlots, right? They go for responsible, women as well, that can build and manage the wealth with them, that can even build wealth for themselves. So you see, when wealth meets wealth, responsible meets responsible, what happens? It becomes a perfect combination. So it's not about the physique, it is not all about the looks, but it is all about, for the women, it is not all about your look, it is not about your physique, it should be all about your personality, whom you are. And for the most part, most Nigerian women, I think the ones who really are self-aware, I know that we have, when it comes to prostitutes all over the country, but I don't want to be here saying this country is the worst or this country is the most. No, but women who are sluts, prostitutes are all over the country. But saying that this country has it more or does it more, I am not here to say that. I'm not sure about that. Okay, so if you know, comment below. But you see, one thing about we Nigerian women, most of us too, who are responsible, are not quick to rush into men. We take our time as well. I think I've touched more on that. And we're not interested in what a man is out there to give us. We're interested in knowing whom you are as a man. Because if I have the money, or if you have the money as a lady, what are you looking for a man? It is character, his personality, not just the money. The money will complement the whole thing, but it is the character, the personality that you will live with, that you will build with at the end of the day. So all this banter, back and forth rivalry of who has the best man, who has the best woman, why this is this and why this is that, is all about your character, your personality as an individual, whether you are a man or a woman, a male or a female. So prostitutes are everywhere, bad men are everywhere, but the most of it, as I've said, for Nigerian men, beware. Most of them are there to lure you or use you as a means to an end to get what they want. Know this and know peace. That's why when you see a good man does not come easily. A good man is not flashy, because all that glitters are not good. They come in disguise, because the best things come in disguise. Gold is found under the ground, and you must dig down to get them. So for you to get a good man, a good woman, for a relationship, it does not just come off flashy rosy. All these flashy rosy people think of a thing most time don't end well. And yes, it is what it is. And for the culture shock, most Nigerian, makeup is not really our thing. That's why you see most of us go with that. I can travel to any part of the world without makeup. I believe in my natural look, my beauty, right? Makeup to me self is like a stress, the time to sit down. But don't get it twisted. If I have events that I need to go on makeup, I use makeup, okay? I don't condemn it. I don't say it's not good, but it is not a daily routine for the most part. It usually used to be those days, but now you can hardly see people use makeup. Those that just use mild for those who go to work or have presentations, you just see them do mild. But if you're not a working class, you're always going in and out, we don't do so much on makeup. And I see makeup as not really a part of confidence. If you're always on makeup, it shows you're not confident. Even if I have scars, I have acne, I should be proud of it. At least carry it, let the world see me the way it is, so that tomorrow you will not say it's a camouflage. The way I am is the way I will appear to you any day. So don't be shocked. The only thing is, you look clean, look decent, right? Look put together. That's what we are out for. And we are huge on respect as well. We greet for a living. Nigerians, we greet for a living. We see that's a huge part of respect. So to clear all this and throw more light, I think I have really touched on a lot. And my brother Chimdi too has told us a lot. Now over to you. Take the mic and tell me in the comment section, what do you think about all these conversations? We are definitely going to make this channel more experimental, going outside our comfort zone, doing things that are spicy and juicy. Best believe I'm definitely going to come here, sit down and tell you more about my opinion about Nigerian men and South African men from my observation, right? Look out for that video, and I'm going to sit down and shoot that video. You watch me talk, right? Exactly. Look out for that. I'm working on that. Exactly. So that is what we have for today's episode. Like I said, let me know your thoughts, your opinion, your input, whether you're South African, not South African, Nigerian. As long as you're sitting of any African country, let's do this here. And yes, keeping it real, happy, safe, and blessed. If you are yet to like the video, hit on the like button, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next one. Thank you for watching. Mwah.